My friends, today we have the full story of how GoldenEye's oldest record, set in 2011, was finally broken by the Swedish speedman Calle W, using a brand new strategy no one had ever successfully pulled off before. So let's just get right into it. Dam is GoldenEye's first level, and like many first levels, it can tend to be overplayed throughout the years. So you would think that we would see a lot of world records set by a lot of players throughout the course of history. However, this is not how the story of the stage has played out at all. Dam's Secret Agent is one of the most straightforward levels in the game. You simply must break 4 alarms to complete Objective A, then bungee jump right off the dam. The alarms take 5 shots to destroy, and that's that. One of the alarms is located here, and then the other 3 are on the dam portion behind these metal doors, where you just need to open them a crack, fire away, take your shots, and move on. There are no stronger weapons, nor explosives on the stage, nor can guards damage the alarms, so it's just that simple. All you need is good strafing, 5 shots on 4 alarms each, so 20 shots total, plus, well, the lock shot, so 21 well-placed shots and good strafing is all that stands between you and speedrun glory. You can usually afford to miss 1 or 2 shots, only losing a frame or 2, but you definitely don't want to miss more. One of the most impressive early world records on the stage was set in 2006 by Ilu. The record had stood at 118 by only 2 players, and given the nature of Dam's Secret Agent, it should be the kind of level where dozens of players match the tied world record before anyone decides to try and lower it. But that's not what happened here. Ilu had been setting numerous untied world records in the game and wanted lower, so he pushed for 117. Just given that everyone was stuck at 119, 120 or higher, it seemed like 117 was a far-off fantasy. And even though Ilu was one of the best players at the time, when he finally did post that 117, it was so remarkable that it came as a shock to many. The smoothness of his lock shot, his magnificent second alarm, an amazing recovery on his third alarm, and the iconic soundtrack edit from Metal Gear Solid make it one of the most iconic runs in the game's history. The run was so good that it would remain untied for a year and a half, and throughout the next few years, only the very best players in the game's history would match the score, the last of whom being Marc Rützou in 2009. Now, before we get into the next bit of the story, there's something you need to know about Marc Rützou. Marc Rützou is not only a legendary GoldenEye speedrunner, cinematographer, and magician, but he is also a Lord Marc Rützou. That's right, he owns land in Scotland, and it's Scottish custom for landowners in Scotland to be called Lord. He is simply getting more and more powerful. But fear not, because you can gain this power too with established titles, a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, lords, or ladies. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. Established titles plants a tree with every order and work with global charities, One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future, to support global reforestation efforts, which is epic because trees are honestly beautiful and wonderful, especially when you're in the mood to go outside and touch grass. You could officially include the title Lord or Lady on official documents that allow for prefixes like credit cards or plane tickets, or chuck it on your dating profile like a real Sigma male. It makes a great novelty gift or last-minute gift. Established Titles is running a massive Black Friday sale right now, plus if you use the code GAMERFOLKLORE, you get an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/GamerFolklore to get your gifts now and help support the channel. The first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my plot, or Marc Rützou's plot, within a few minutes of walking distance. I'm gonna get one right nearby, and you can join us to make our own little speedrun fiefdom. It will be funny and epic, adding Lord titles to all of these speedrunning leaderboards. Thank you for supporting the channels by using my link, and thanks established titles, check them out in the description. And now on to the rest of our video. Wow, it's truly amazing. And well, much before all that, back in 2011, was when Marc Rützou got some of his most insane times. The apocryphal folk legend goes that he was so into GoldenEye, grinding away throughout the winter of 2010-11, that he did not see the sunlight for 3 months. Although modern historical accounts of the story tend to suggest that the period of isolation and dreariness without sunlight was actually closer to only 1 month time. And considering Marc is from Scandinavia, this probably isn't even all that uncommon. Anyhow, a young Marc in his late teens, playing at his absolute peak, saw openings and possibilities that no one else had seen before. He believed that if he played absolutely perfectly, he could get Damn Secret Agent 116, which he did on January 28th, 2011. Alongside with Damn Double Agent 155, which he had achieved 3 days earlier, these are considered some of Marc's very best world records, the absolute pinnacle of his career. Some of the greatest records set by the greatest player at his absolute peak. Damn 116 almost shouldn't have been possible, and it's almost like Marc made up phantom time, just gaining frames and slight edges on every motion, every turn, every shot and strafe. The run was divinely inspired, and as a result, it would go on to become one of the game's longest standing untied world records, along with his 155 00 agent. Admittedly, I used to be resentfully annoyed at the video quality of Marc's 2011 Damn records, being recorded with an early cell phone off of a rolling VCR replaying damaged videotapes of the run. But as time passes, I become more and more appreciative of how these capture the spirit of a time and place, and give insight into the depths of madness and depravity Marc had to reach in order to achieve the scores, being so dedicated to the game that he had no desire or interest whatsoever to improve the actual recording quality of his records. It has this sort of dark romance to it, and I've come to admire this poor capture quality for what it represented within the period of time it was recorded. Years would pass and still no one would even come close to matching Marc's Damn Secret Agent 116, but eventually the duration of this record as an untied would catch the attention of the community, and finally Perfect Ace settled in, deciding to attempt to match the score. Of course, he's the greatest player of all time, and so he eventually did this after a short grind on October 11th, 2016. This still meant that Damn Secret Agent had been untied for well over 5.5 years, which puts it in the top 3 all-time in this regard. In fact, it's one of only 4 total world records in the game's history of the hundreds and thousands of records and improvements ever set to remain untied for at least 5 years. Marc's Damn 155 is also one of these 4 records, further illustrating just how remarkable his pair of Damn records in 2011 truly were. The man legitimately set 2 of the game's all-time greatest records in a span of 3 days. But as time wears on, so does time have the effect of wearing down these records, and so 116 would see a couple more ties in the subsequent years. The next person to achieve Damn Secret Agent 116 would be the quiet and humble Dan Swiss Parker, who has a reputation for scoring some insane records, and was in the top 10 on the GoldenEye World Rankings at some point. His run is notable for having an absolutely amazing final alarm. I mean, just look at this. Truly beautiful, and a deserving run to be only the 3rd to achieve this amazing time. The following year, one more character would join this group as the holders of 116, the intrepid Calle W, who had just begun to make a name for himself, setting some amazing records in the game, his 116 included.
I got stuck a bit, but it's fine. It's still a pretty good run. Let's go.
Yes! Woo! Wow, no way. I got it. That wasn't even fast. What?
However, an unexpected surprise would be awaiting later in 2019. A Brazilian speedrunner named Fernando Almeida would become the first person to score a notable time on Damn Secret Agent using a strategy no one else had used before, shooting at least one of the alarms through the glass window beside the door on each of the Damn watchtowers, or at least on the 2 where you have the right angle to do it. This is way more easily said than done, since the PP7 nor KF7 shots penetrate through the glass, so you need at least 5 very accurate shots to break the glass window, and then 5 even more accurate shots to break the alarm. The KF7 has proven far too inaccurate for this endeavor, and the PP7's clips only have 7 shots each, so you're basically hoping to break the glass and alarm by hitting 10 perfect shots out of 14 from very far away. Suffice to say, this is pretty hard, but it does appear to be worthwhile as it seems to save a bit of time. Fernando was able to achieve a 117 using this technique in August 2019, and he did try for lower to tie 116, but never quite nabbed it before moving on from the game. Even so, the strategy did remain out there for someone who desired to push things to the limit and perhaps try to tie 116, or even take it a step further. Again, this strategy only gives you the option of shooting out either 1 or 2 of the 4 alarms this way. The first alarm doesn't have a window near it, it's not the same kind of alarm, and the final alarm tower is at the wrong angle where there's no far shot through the glass. But the second and third alarms do allow for this possibility of the long distance window alarm shot. It's hard to say exactly how much time this all saves, and it depends heavily on how quickly you're able to do it, but it's probably fair to suggest that a window alarm saves roughly 1 second over the conventional method, and thus hitting both of them on a single run might save a total of 2 seconds. Another development would occur in November 2020 when the legend himself, Marc Rützou, briefly returned to GoldenEye speedrunning just long enough to use a 1-second time saver on Damn Double Agent, luring a guard to open this door in order to improve his 155 to the 154 untied world record. This was a great record in its own right, but it had the further effect of breaking his nearly 10-year-old record of 155, and it left his damn Secret Agent 116 to eventually become the longest standing record in the game. Cue Calle W. Back in 2019, I had called Calle W one of the rising stars of GoldenEye speedrunning, and suffice to say in that time, he has filled those shoes. Earlier this year, Calle had spent about 6 months trying to slay the legendary Damn Agent 52, which he did back in May. He would then spend 2 more months playing Double Agent trying to tie the 154 there, which eventually he did in July 2022. Calle then turned his attention to Secret Agent. He already had a share of the 116 using the conventional method, and decided here his goal was the untied 115. For months and months and months, Calle shot at the windows from afar, breaking them, hitting the alarms, getting a few 116 duplications, going back and forth, deciding to shoot 1 alarm this way, 2 alarms this way, getting some very close calls on 115 with only 1 or 2 missed shots, and it seemed like we were in for the grind of a lifetime. I'm sure we've all witnessed these kinds of grinds. Sometimes it can feel like the runner is just going through the motions. You check into the stream over the course of days, weeks, months, and the runner is playing the same level or category, just grinding away. You hear about close calls, chokes, optimism, pessimism, the whole human experience, yet the run just never comes together. It just never quite feels like the runner is on the cusp of making it all happen. The story would see another twist when legendary GoldenEye speedrunner Dave True Faith Clemens would get involved in the mix, deciding to finally try the window shot strategy that Calle had been using. And after only about a week or 2 of play, on November 8th, 2022, Clem would actually tie the 116, becoming only the 5th player to match the score. Again, it further illustrates just how insane the original 116 in 2011 truly was. Clem only performed 1 of the window alarms on this run rather than the more difficult 2, and so it seemed as though if Clem would nail a run with both window alarms, perhaps the 115 was within his grasp. For my money, I would have bet that Clem was going to snipe Calle to the 115. This is what's often called speed bullying in a light and playful manner. You know, someone's been grinding for months only for a more established player to come in and quickly beat them to their goal. Calle is an amazing player, no doubt, but Clem has been around much longer, and a comparison of their careers shows the story of a grizzled veteran versus a more hotshot young star. And in this case, I truly believe that Clem was on the cusp of nailing the 115, doing to Calle what him and his fellow greats have done to countless players before. However, undaunted and facing his greatest challenge yet, Calle stoically took to his stream over the next few days, and on November 14th, 2022, he delivered the goods.
Yeah, jungle's pretty bad no matter what system you're on, but it's so on English. Or NTSC, rather. That's what we mean when we say English. Technically, PAL is English too, but... just to be clear. Alright, this is it. Come on, that was slow, but... come on, it might be good enough. Nope, it's not. I was so far away from the door. Yeah, I know. Cool last alarm, though. I missed the B press. It might still be it. I don't know. I think it's a boostless run. I don't know. We could get a 115.98. But we've had a lot of 116s that were just... you know. Yeah, I think so too. Never mind. Boom. There we go. No fucking way. Holy shit. I missed the B press. Oh, thank you. Thank you, GoldenEye. Thank you. We are done with Damn for now. Oh, that was it. Oh, thank you. 52% accuracy. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, beautiful. 115. Thank you. Wow. Goodbye, Damn. Lord have mercy.
You can tell Calle did not think this was going to be the 115. He missed a B press on the final door, losing about a third or half a second. You know, compare this to the incredible final alarm of Swiss, and you can see how much time Calle left on the table. Even so, finally getting a solid run with 2 window alarms saved enough time to make the 115 possible, and oh boy, what a possibility it is, a truly remarkable and amazing speedrun. And at last, the 116 of Marc Rützou, set in January 2011, had finally been broken, after a solid stretch of almost 12 years as world record. It was the longest standing record still alive in the game when this all happens, and it now rests in history in the top 10 for all time longest time spent as a record. The new longest standing record is Marc's Caverns Agent 101, which is more like many of these records that make the list, a more simple plain strafing level with basically no shooting at all. These can get pretty maxed and tied by dozens of players, and this just further demonstrates how insane Marc's Damn 116 truly was, and how far ahead of its time it landed in the game's history. But Calle's 115 is a new era of amazing, ushering in this new age of Damn Secret Agent, where you will need to shoot out these window alarms at this tough, distant angle for a chance of scoring the world record. Damn Secret Agent 114 is out there, but it doesn't seem like anyone is going for it anytime soon, with Calle saying he's put a pin in his Damn play after grinding the level for 1 year straight. A truly remarkable and amazing commitment to the game. As one final complication to consider today, there is a theoretical tool-assisted strategy which could be used to get an even lower time, but this is way too complicated to get into in this video, so you can check out my video on that topic if you'd like. In the meantime, a huge congratulations to Calle W on this amazing achievement. Thank you all for watching, stay true my friends, and I will see you in the next stream or video.